And when dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous right now.
Does he want to his daughter? Like in
That's
this?
what I'm getting here.
Like what? What is going on? Good. Okay. What did Tucker Carlson say? Apparently, he's going actually nutty mode.
If you allow your 2-year-old to smear the contents of his diapers on the wall of your living room, and you do nothing about it, if you allow your 14-year-old to light a joint at the breakfast table, if you allow your hormone-addled 15-year-old daughter to like slam the door of her bedroom and give you the finger, you're gonna get more of it. And those kids are gonna wind up in rehab. It's not good for you, and it's not good for them. No. There has to be a point at which dad comes home.
Dude, what the f
are you talking about?
Wait, what? Oh,
my
is he? Has he also lost the sauce? Have Republicans just gone too crazy? I don't know.
Going to Twitter did kind of like career up.
Yeah, but
I've
also
never seen anyone talk about him.
Yeah. Remember, he was like, well, I mean, he does have an insanely successful podcast. I think he's like top 3 or something, which is crazy. But
No, that makes sense.
But I feel like this kind of rhetoric, like I feel like Tucker Carlson 5 years ago would not be saying like this. Like, I don't know. It's like Trump is daddy and daddy's coming home. Like,
well,
it hits.
It's weird because, I mean, he thinks Trump is like stupid. He thinks Trump is a bad leader for national conservatism.
Yeah.
But it's like, he can't do that now. So,
yeah. Like, he has more disdain for the Trumpist right, in my opinion, than even Donald Trump has.
yeah.
Like, he's just like, you guys are unwashed monsters. You will never let me do WASP nationalism. Like, I just, he would fit so much better into like the dandy boy style conservatism of a Buckley.
Well, he was that.
Yeah.
He was that.
He wants to go back to like country club Republican CIA. But he's stuck doing like more and more populist sentiment.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he saw which way the wind was blowing.
Yeah.
And, I don't know. I think it's also like resentment fueled in part.
Let's hear what else he has to say.
Yeah, that's right. Dad comes home. And he's pissed. Dad is pissed. He's not vengeful. He loves his children.
Oh my
Disobedient
God.
as they may be, he loves them.
God.
Because they're his children, they live in his house. But he's very disappointed in their behavior. And he's gonna have to let them know.
This is the only way we can have American fascism. Just like super weird on top of everything else.
Yeah.
Like
the Gestapo in American fascism will be like Matt Schlapp types who
Yeah.
will like try to jerk you off in the police car.
this is so like what do you mean? Like, daddy's home. Daddy's gonna give a spanking
Donald
to
Trump did not raise any of his kids.
Yeah, that's true.
It is such a bad metaphor to put him in.
He's gonna have to get to your room right now and think about what you did. And when dad gets home, you know what he says? You've been a bad girl. You've been a bad little girl, and you're getting a vigorous spanking right now. And no, it's not gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. No, it's not. I'm not gonna lie. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it hurts me. And you earned this. You're getting a vigorous spanking because you've been a bad girl.
Oh my God.
And it has to be this way. It has to be this way because it's true. And you're only gonna get better when you take.
Does he want to his daughter? Like, in
That's
this,
what I'm getting here.
like, what is he like fantasizing about? Like spanking Ivanka or
There
something?
has never been more pre-cum in a pair of Dockers.
What is going on? He thinks this is funny. He thinks it's edgy. No, it just sounds weird.
Yeah, it sounds like
It sounds gross and creepy.
Or he wants to be the girl and get by his dad, Donald Trump. I don't know. It's weird.
It went from like the analogy I understand at first. Like, it's like, oh, you know, Democrats have been up, like they deserve a punishment, and Trump is going to dish it out. And he's using this as a vehicle to deliver this message, right? He's using this analogy as the vehicle. But then it got weirdly sexual midway through, where he's like, "Daddy's gonna like it."
Yeah, when he started out, it was like, you know, your toddler like throws his diaper at the wall, or like your daughter slams the door, your son smokes a joint, and then they all just become like a 14-year-old girl who's getting her ass spanked.
Yeah.
There were 3 kids. Now there's 1.
Yeah, and it's all.
Are you her? Are we her? What's going on? To quote Tucker, what's going on?
This reads like a Nick Mullen bit. Like he's just
yeah.
Like if he was like talking about Tucker Carlson's weird sexual pedophilic fantasies.
Dad's coming home and he sees that you've been trying on mom's dresses and wearing her makeup. What's gonna happen when he takes you to the movies in that dress and in those high heels and treats you like mom? Are you gonna like it? Will I like it? Why am I off to this?
What's going on?
What's going on?
I never look at this type of porn usually. Responsibility for what you did. That's not said in the spirit of hate. It's not said in the spirit of vengeance or bigotry. Far from it. It's said in the spirit of justice, which is the purest and best thing there is. And without it, things fall apart.
Okay, so after that speech, apparently the crowd was screaming, "Daddy Don."
What I haven't heard is when Tucker Carlson was speaking tonight, he started to say that if Donald Trump were to win, it would be like, quote, "Daddy's home, Daddy's coming home." And he said that Trump, like God, loves all of his children, talking about the mainstream media, in his words, and Democrats, and said that Trump would need to give them a good spanking. Now, this is something the crowd went wild for here. There are thousands of people here. And when Trump came on stage, as you can see speaking behind me, they started screaming and chanting "Daddy's home" and "Daddy Don." So this is something I have not heard at a Trump rally so far. But I can tell you the vibe in the room tonight does almost feel like a mini RNC. And one thing that is...
What the what?
I love both the parties in America. You have one that's like, the ambitions of our dreams are formed from a consensus of that which does not divide us, but instead unites us into the plans that we will hold to account. And then you have the other, which is like, we're all an underage girl and we're going to get
Daddy,
and then both of those people,
Daddy Trump is going to spank us because we've been bad.
Yeah, we're going to get submission. And both those sides love Israel, the equal amount.
Yes.
American politics rocks. Love it.
Yeah. Neither side wants to give you health care. Both sides would rather fund Israel than fix anything in the country.
Remember to vote.
Yeah. I mean, I guess this is just like, this is dying empire. Like it has to be.
Yeah. It just sucks though, because it's like the best case was that we were going to get like someone who understood that, and we were going to have like a negotiated withdrawal from the world. Done in the most responsible way.
And, like England.
Yeah.
You know, pay the piper and like try to concede to whoever's going to be the new global empire.
Or just like, you know, all these countries, they saw their fundamental like social welfare nets and their signature policies and the state institutions. Those were built after their empires. And of course, like, obviously they were built in part with plunder of the third world and of the periphery. But, you know, there still would be a transforming of this country and a negotiated withdrawal from every corner of the earth would have been preferable to what we have now, which is just we're kicking and screaming and throwing our everywhere as we're being dragged from the room and trying to bring as many people down with us as possible.
Yeah.
And I just like, I don't know. I don't see anyone on the horizon who is going to be both aware of that decline and sort of sober minded enough to go, okay, there's a right way to do this and there's a wrong way to do this.
I don't know. I don't know what the going on anymore. It's like,
maybe it just needs to be broken up.
How does this Yeah, like Gunter style.
Yeah.
You need to be a Gunter, the anti-NATO Gunter that balkanizes the US.
Yeah, no, ex America.
Yeah. Yeah. We're gonna put a hatchet to these states. They're not so united no longer. Ohio cognate now. I don't know. I don't understand like how this actually was a banger in that room. Like it's so weird.
Because
what's the play?
It's unbridled, like
it's like sexual pathology.
Well, yeah, but like also, this is something we talk about in the Con Inc. series that we did. That's coming out December 1st. That like a lot of movement conservative, like family values politics, as specifically put forth by like James Dobson, the most foundational figures in like modern social conservative movement conservatism, through which all of these guys spring out from, right? All of them have the core belief is that like children are property that are meant to be sold to the highest bidder. All these like homeschooling organizations and these like crazy cult-like groups that were affiliated with James Dobson and Paul Weyrich, who is another foundational figure.
Yeah, moral majority.
Yeah, all the things they were against, like mandatory reporting, regulations of homeschooling and stuff. They're all the things you would do if you were trying to create like a Ford assembly line of like molestation in every home. I think it is like it cannot be, you can't understand some parts of American conservatism without it.
They're posting Trump highlights.
Still doing the Vietnam thing.
They're posting Trump highlights again.
They suck so much.
They literally call for a market of children and parents should have the right to start children. Oh, the Mises,
yeah.
The libertarian marketplace of babies, the free market of children. I just don't know like how that tracks for like, I just don't think that I'll just say this. I don't think that the Democratic Party had to make like, I mean, I don't even know if they made these concessions to like appeal to these suburban, like never Trump Republicans, but they certainly didn't have to make any concessions to them at all. They could have tackled the issue by just pointing to shit like this. Republicans
because they don't. I mean, their greatest fantasy is to have it so like these are the most important people in their caucus, and it's a lot easier to make policy for these people than it is for like traditional Democratic voters, I think.
Oh, when I said this, I didn't mean the Vietnam quote, by the way. When I said this, I was talking about
but like
the family spankings.
Yeah, because like they want to give up things to the like suburban Republican voters. That's why, like they want to do that.
Comrade Kamala Harris sees that she is losing and losing badly, especially after stealing the race from crooked Joe Biden. So now she's increasingly raising her rhetoric, going so far as to call me Adolf Hitler and anything else that comes to her warped mind. She is a threat to democracy and not fit to be president of the United States, and her polling so indicates. Yeah, the other part of this is that he's also lost the juice. He is so juiceless.
Yeah. Third Trump election in a row.
Yeah, he's like 80. He's not like the McDonald's thing was like
was fun.
That was an old school Trump moment. And beyond that, it's been so dull, and the high notes have always been like really gross and off-putting.
Yeah.
From the town hall, listening to Tucker Carlson's sex fantasies, 30 years of my life has been shaved off. Yeah, that was weird.